Welcome to the DIY Goalie Podcast, where hosts and goalie coaches Nathan Park and Connor Monday share their insights on how to become a better goalie.
Goalies, how are we doing? Welcome back to the DIY Goalie Podcast presented by True North Goaltending. My name is Connor Monday, and I am back in the captain's seat again for the third time in a row, it feels like. I don't think that's actually the case, but yeah, Nathan just doesn't want to hang out with you guys anymore, I guess. So it's me back in the captain's seat, ready to roll. Nathan Park once again on assignment. That guy, man, he just doesn't want to take a break. He's been go, busy, making sure that he's providing enough content for you guys, and as well as providing a whole bunch of fun stuff for our goalies with True North Goaltending. So he's just delegated to me at this point. This is the DIY Goalie Podcast with Connor Monday, presented by True North Goaltending. So yeah, just kind of a quick kind of update on me. I'm doing all right. No more hospital visits, no more doctor visits, no more this and that. Things finally seem to be up and up for me, so I couldn't be happier. I am recording this basically at midnight right now, so I'm a little tired, a little all over the place, so the thought process isn't all there. But yeah, no, doing good on my front, as well as it's been busy for me in terms of the good old goalie coaching hockey thing. Consistently working with Kurt Rackel's group, former guest on the pod, in his KC North group, which those guys have been awesome. I've been working with one of our female organizations as well. That's been happening every second Tuesday. And every Thursday, my U18 AA team, working with them. They've been great as well. So just really excited to get back to work with those guys this upcoming week and going at it from there. Speaking of this upcoming week, just another housekeeping item. This week is the week that it is our 1 year anniversary with the synthetic ice facility in Nisku, Alberta. So if you are in the Edmonton area and want to book a session with us, we do have sessions booking rapidly fast at the synthetic ice facility for our 1 year anniversary. Go check us out, truenorthgoaltending.com. You guys can find all the fun stuff over there. Book I think it's like an hour-long session for $90. Couldn't find a better deal anywhere else. So make the trip, make the travel, however you want to do it. If you have tournaments should be happening probably about now. So come check us out, truenorthgoaltending.com. Would love to have you just kind of see what our whole shtick is about and go at it from there. Like I said, my name is Connor Monday. I am back in the captain's seat, Nathan Park on assignment. I wanted to jump on here today and just kind of talk about a couple of things. I'm going to try and make this quick because we've talked about these topics before, but I feel like for our newer listeners, I just kind of want to rehash this whole topic, and maybe this is something that you guys have had a question to that you guys need an answer on. So, I wanted to quickly jump on here today and talk about progressions in goaltending, as I'm kind of currently dealing with this in real time with both my organization skates and my team skates. So I feel like I kind of have the best ability to be able to describe and just kind of give my thought process in terms of what you guys should be doing for your seasons. We are currently just a little over a month now into the regular season, so hopefully everybody's doing well on that front. Just when it comes to progressions in goaltending and in practices, we want to make sure that every practice that we're coming into, we have a theme in terms of what we want to be working on, whether it's skating, it's tracking, head trajectory, angles, positioning, anything along those lines. We want to make sure that we're coming into practice, whether it's a goalie specific skate or whether we're just coming into a regular practice, and we have some sort of idea of what we want to accomplish in the hour and 15, hour and a half practices, which I've been a part of. Just so that we have an idea of what it is that we want to do and what it is that we want to accomplish in that time. Like I said, we've touched on this on multiple podcasts before, But with this specific one, I wanted to kind of give you guys like a real time thought process in terms of what I'm doing with my goalies, both with my organization and my team. Um, so with my organization, like we've already had 4 skates with them already, and they've been absolutely fantastic. But our theme basically for the month of October focused a lot on tracking and kind of following through our rebounds afterwards. Not necessarily rebound control, but kind of watching that puck into our equipment and then watching it out afterwards. Because I feel like when we talk about tracking, we talk a lot about watching that puck hit us. We don't really talk about what to do after. And so it was the after part that really kind of got me going a little bit, where it sets me up for the next couple of weeks in terms of, okay, well, here's what we should be doing afterwards, and then we can break that down afterwards. So yeah, so like I said, so like the first couple of weeks that we did, we focused a lot on tracking, hands off the body, bringing head down over top of our save. That's our head trajectory portion of it. So making sure that we're actually watching that puck with our eyes into our equipment. And then I think it was last week, actually, maybe even the week before. Yeah, it was last week. Touched a lot on kind of watching that puck out afterwards. So I'm not necessarily talking about rebound control. It's more so, to me, I'm kind of breaking it down maybe a little bit further, at least in my scrambled mind as of right now. Focusing on watching that puck in and then watching it out afterwards, because not a lot of goalies follow their rebounds after they make their save, especially in 2-shot drills where they make the save on the middle shot and then they immediately go to the next shot that's below the goal line. Basically, they're not really watching that puck after they make their save. So a lot of the drills that we did on last week was focusing on basically watching a rebound out from your equipment. And so one of our drills was actually, we haven't even done a drill of the month, so this would actually be a great example of this. So welcome to the drill of the month segment here, I guess. This drill that I'm going to be talking about kind of ties in perfectly. Look at me go. Yeah, so this drill kind of ties in perfectly in terms of what I'm talking about. So what my plan with that one, where's my drills? There it is. So yeah, so it's a follow the rebound drill here that we're going to be talking about today. So this was actually a really great example of it. So the first shot was always in the middle. You guys see on my diagram here, there's a blue cone. Coach has a bunch of pucks. So the first shot, the middle shooter would shoot the puck, glove or blocker side. Goalie would make their save and then recover to whichever cone they made their save to. So if they made the save on the blocker side, they recover to the orange cone. If they made their save on the glove side, they recover to the green cone. So this is the description here. There are 3 shooters set up with pucks with different colored pylons. One's in the slot and one's at the top of each circle. Goalie gets set on the middle shooter. Shot is to anywhere, so blocker or glove side. If there's a rebound, goalie has to recover to that side, get set on it. Coach will yell 1 to 3 colors. I kind of changed this a little bit, so it's like whichever save that you made or whichever side that you made the save, that's the cone that you would recover to afterwards. It's still the same principle. You're tracking on both shots, the saves in and out of the body, proper execution carries into following the rebound, proper rotations before pushing, proper decision on recovering and rebound pushing to your feet on the further away ones, pushing the knees on closer ones, and getting our feet set fairly early at the end of each push. I'll finish kind of the rest of the description here. Coach will then yell out one of the 3 colors or shooters numbered 1 through 3, and the goalie must push to the shooter with the corresponding color/number. Shot can be taken anywhere. Goalie must follow their rebound to get set, and the process repeats. So yeah, so I kind of changed this a little bit in terms of what I was doing with my organization skate, but that is the general principle of what I was looking at and what I wanted to do for this segment. So yeah, so there's kind of your impromptu drill of the month, guys, if you will. But that again just ties into really what I was talking about and what I wanted when that was kind of the thing that I wanted to hammer home and had set me up for the next couple of weeks, because now we can talk about angles, now we can talk about positioning, and now we can talk about depth. So those will be the next three kind of focal points that I have, and I think that's actually what I have in my pile of drills here that I have coming up for this week. Um, so really, so this if you're a goalie coach or if you are a goalie parent or a assistant coach that got stuck with the goalies, that is kind of the general idea of what you guys want to be going with, is that we want to be having those building block foundational pieces, and so they all just kind of keep stacking on top of each other. So tracking and head trajectory leading to save execution, that leads into, or skating leads into tracking leads into positioning and angles, and positioning and angles leads into depth, and so on and so forth, and leads into rebound control and recoveries and blah 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 blah. So they all interconnect in like this weird sort of puzzle thing, if you will. And so that is the whole kind of premise of goalie coaching in itself, is that we want to be coming in to this with an idea of what we want to do. So with that being said, though, that is kind of different, at least how I do it in my team settings. I don't go into it the same way as I do an organizational skate, where 1 week is tracking, 1 week is recoveries, 1 week is RVHs. It's never really anything like that. Those are more so geared towards what the strengths and weaknesses are of the goalies, of what I see in the previous set of games. I know Evan Carrillo listens to this pod, so he's kind of getting my insight here in terms of what I'm doing with the U18 doubles that he assigned me. So Evan, you feel free to tell me if I'm doing it wrong on at this point. But yeah, so that's generally what I do with my team skates in general. It's what I did with my junior B team. That's what I did with my junior A team. Is it was kind of a mixture of both. It's like, hey, here's what we were doing well and wrong in the previous set of games. Here's what we need to be working on in next or the upcoming set of games, because we're playing X and Y teams this upcoming week. What I'm doing with my U18s is a little bit different, because I'm not totally involved with them as I was with my junior B and my junior A team. But it's still the same principles, that I'm going through game video and I'm picking out, okay, what we did right, what we did wrong. Here's some strengths that I'm seeing, here's some weaknesses that I'm seeing, and then I'm developing my practice plan for the upcoming week, in terms of, okay, here are the 1, 2, 3 specific points that I want to nail on the head, and make sure that it sets us up for success, for not only for the upcoming set of games, but for games beyond, and for seasons beyond, basically, and breaking bad habits and replacing them with good ones, if you will. So I don't really have any kind of thing on that. I just know that is just kind of what I have done and what I've been doing. So if you are a assistant coach and you're working in a team setting, uh, I don't that is a path that you can kind of follow. I think for anything that's under U15, again, depending on the age level, so I think anything really under U15 in general, whether it be double A or just house, um, you're going to be focusing a lot more on the technical aspect of it, if you will, rather than the um, not statistical process. That's not the word that I'm looking for, but um, the philosophy of it, I guess. I don't know. But you get the idea. So like I'm not really like, I had this conversation with a goalie parent last year. Excuse me. I had this conversation with a goalie parent last year where um she was concerned about her son's um movement and his ability to manage his depth and whatnot. And so I remember saying to her, and this is like maybe like the fourth private session that I had with this goalie at the time. And this goalie was still roughly raw. You know, he could skate but not very well. He could track a puck but not very well. So for me at that point in time, managing his depth was not really something that was on my radar considering where we were at. For me, it was more so, well, he has to understand how to make the save first. He has to understand how to track the puck properly. He has to understand like how to skate properly and manage his edges and manage his crease properly before we even think about talking about depth. He has to learn how to, or he has to relearn or learn how to stay square to the shooter, particularly when he's moving side to side, not giving up too much net one way or the other, staying square to staying on angle, stuff like that. So managing his depth wasn't really something, particularly on a breakaway over anything, wasn't really something that I was concerned about at that point in time. It was eventually something that we did touch on, what that was sessions down the road. Um, so I told this goalie parent, like, I understood what they were saying, and I appreciate them bringing it to my attention. But Nathan likes to say this a lot as well. It's like, well, if like you're focusing on a problem, but it's not really a problem that you should be focusing on. It's if we're getting beat because we're not managing our depth properly, we're probably getting beat because we're not making the save properly in general. So a lot of times, again, we see this with Stuart Skinner a lot too in Edmonton, and I'm going to keep bringing this up no matter what, is that, a lot of Oilers fans will fault Skinner for one thing over the other. But if you are of a goalie mind, you'll say, well, yeah, he got beat because of that, but he also got beat because he didn't do XYZ, because he didn't rotate properly on his lateral movements. That's why he's slow or whatever. He wasn't setting his feet properly or anything along those lines. He didn't get beat just because he was slow getting across. He got beat because of XYZ. So usually a lot of times with goaltending, it's like, oh, if we get beat and you think it's because of this, it's really more so you got beat because of it's the other way, basically. So long story short, at the end of the day, is that, yeah, there are progressions, and how you manage these progressions, whether it's in an organizational setting or in a team setting, is different, and it does depend on the age level as well. There was a lot of words being spoken together there, and I don't know how much of it actually made sense. So hopefully you guys took something away from that. But yeah, so like I think this really over anything is just like, again, just depending on what age level that you're at, you know, and the skill level that you're at, you got to really be paying attention to just kind of what it is that you want to be working on. You're not, you shouldn't really be working on Vasilevsky behind the back glove saves if you can't get set on angle properly first. You know what I mean? So pick and choose your battles. You need to decide what's going to be more important in order to help you make the save. And it goes for the coaches as well. Again, you can reach out to us, True North goalies at truenorthgoaltending.com. We'd be more than happy to help you set up with a practice plan of some sort. I'd be more than happy to help you with that and just kind of give you the understanding and the thought process of like, well, here's why we're setting up our practice plan the way that it is. Or even and just kind of answer any types of those questions. Be like, oh, what should I be working on? It's like, okay, well, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And going at it from there. There's a bunch of great resources online as well, and so that's where I find a lot of my drills as well. Aside from the True North Goalies Bank, it's just decide what you want to work on, decide what you want to do. And just, as long as there's purpose behind it at the end of the day, basically, we're not just going out there and making 2-pad stack saves just because we can, it's like, well, no, there has to be some type of purpose around it, basically. The second part of what I want to talk about today is I've been seeing a lot of comments or a lot of posts on Facebook, in particular in the Facebook goalie groups that I'm in, talking about video and talking about video reviews and whatnot, and what goalie coaches or what goalie companies provide those. Shameless plug, we do, and again, you can reach out to us goalies at truenorthgoaltending.com, or you can visit us truenorthgoaltending.com. But I wanted to just kind of touch on further and just kind of maybe give a goalie coach's insight on what to be looking for in video, basically. And so again, like as I'm doing this real time, again, kind of gives a bit of a good insight here. Um, when you're going through video, uh, again, you much like in the last time, you're kind of coming into it with a game plan. You know what I mean? Like you're coming into this, where you're nitpicking every little thing, um, but you really want to be paying attention to just kind of what are the consistent factors in the video session. Um, Again, like when I went through video sessions with my junior A guys in particular, not so much my junior B, but more so my junior A guys. Um, Again, I was looking for tendencies over anything. Okay, like Team A likes to pass the puck around the house a lot, or around the horn rather, and they're looking for an opportunity to catch you out of position. So okay, well we're gonna be doing drills that it's gonna require you to do a lot of movement around your crease, and we got to make sure that we get set and stop and get set and get square on every single puck. Um, Other times, I'm looking for tendencies in our goalies themselves, because again, you can look good in practice, you can do everything right, or you can do everything to the best of your ability in practice, but in a game, it's a totally different ball game. You can rotate properly every time in practice, but in a game, maybe you only get a half rotation, or maybe you don't get a full rotation. Maybe we don't set our feet properly every time in a game, or maybe we don't set our feet properly every time in a practice, but we set our feet properly every time in a game. Counterintuitive and such like that. But yeah, so just when you're going through video, you want to make sure that first off, you're bringing on somebody that's going to be paying attention to these small details. And then even then, you want to be making sure that you're not totally nitpicking everything either when it comes to video. Even in video reviews in practice as well. I've gone like we use tablets with our facility sessions and our on ice sessions with True North Goaltending. And so we do the video breakdowns, we do the real time video review in our sessions. And so sometimes I will stop the drill and say like, "Hey, let's go through video here. Let's see what we're working with." And so when I'm going through video, I'm not nitpicking every little thing. Oh, you didn't set your feet. Oh, you didn't track the puck properly. Oh, this, and that. There are theories that are running through my head and be like, hey, well, maybe this is why we're not making the save. So we're going to go through video and see if my theory is true. Basically, maybe we aren't bringing the head down over top. Maybe our hands are falling back. Maybe there's something that I'm not seeing real time that the video can capture, that I can go back and look at and be like, yeah, that proves my theory that this is why we're not making our save. That sort of thing. So we want to make sure that like when we're going through video, we're looking for that there are specific things rather that we're looking for, that we're not just going through video and saying, yep, good rotation. Yep, good save. Yep, good this, good that, bad that, bad this, blah 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 blah. Again, we're going into this with purpose. We're going into this with a plan, and and there are specific things that at least when I'm doing video, there are things that I'm looking for, and there are things that tendencies and such that I want to be paying attention to when it comes to that. Again, I got to go through game tape here. I don't think I'm going to be going through game tape after practice today, but it'll probably be something that I'm doing in the next 24 to 48 hours or so before I'm on the ice with my U18s again. And just really focusing on and paying attention to, okay, here's what we're doing well, here's what we're not doing well. And so we're going to be really focusing on the things that we're not doing well, because I only get to see them once a week and I only have an hour to do so with them. But we got to make it matter. You got to make it count. You know what I mean? So I think just so I mean like with both segments, really, just as long as we're going into a practice or we're going into video review with a plan. Um, Again, like I said, Toronto's goaltending offers that. We do video breakdowns and such. I know that there are some other online places that do as well. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk about just kind of what video platforms to use, I guess, as a one thing. Again, depending on who you are and how much money you want to spend, and or just kind of what kind of bells and whistles that you want. There are plenty of video review programs out there for coaches in general to use. True North Goaltending uses OnForm. That's our main video review platform that we use to go through our on ice sessions, and we are able to share those with our goalies and the goalie parents, and they're able to ask questions. We're able to go through their video in real time. With my U18s, there's an app called Huddle, spelled HUDL. And so that's where I get all the game tape and such. And so I like that program as well, because it breaks it down period by period, shot by shot, and it breaks it down even further with the shots of goals, actual shots that have been saved, shots that were blocked, shots that were missed, everything along those lines. And you're able to dissect it further. It's like shots by period for team A, shots by period for team B and such. So I really like that program a lot, actually, and it makes my life a lot easier rather than having to watch through and to like a 2 hour game of fluff and such. It's like, okay, we're able to go from shot 1 to shot 2 to shot 3, goal 4, everything along those lines. So I really like Huddle. That's my favorite one. Coach's Eye has been around for the longest time. I haven't really used it, but I know that that was a popular program way back in 2015 and such, probably even earlier. There are probably some other ones out there, so if you guys know of any, feel free to leave them down in the comment section if you are watching on the YouTube side of things. But yeah, just every program has its bells and whistles and such. Or if you're just not really looking to do that, I remember when I was going through game tape or just kind of going through practice video the first time. My goalie coaches, Dustin Schwartz and Nathan Park, or not Nathan Park, Curtis Muka, would have their video, and it would be just straight uploaded to a shared Google Drive account. And so they would just upload that way. There was no bells and whistles, no over commentary or anything. It was just like, hey, here's your video from your last practice. And then I was able to go through it. And if I did have any questions, I could go talk to Schwartzy or Muka and go at it from there. So sometimes even that, just something as simple as, just taking your camera upload or taking a video, reviewing it on your phone, GoPro, or uploading it to the computer and being able just to share it that way and not having to pay any type of subscription for video review services. So that's a whole conversation in itself, and maybe we can have a video coach on of some sort that maybe that can help us kind of go through that a little bit, a little more deep dive of it, and maybe even talk to some of our goalie coach friends and see what they do when it comes to video review. I would totally love to know what Curtis Muka does. He kind of shared it a little bit. If you guys follow Curtis on Instagram at Curtis Muka GC, I think it is. Where he did like a brief day in life as a WHL goalie coach, and kind of got to see a little bit of what he does, and especially when it comes to reviewing game tape on both sides. So definitely would love to get his insight and just what he does with video and kind of how he utilizes it and such, which I imagine wouldn't be any different than what most coaches do. But yeah. All right, I've dragged this out to about close to a half an hour, so I will give you everybody the rest of their day back. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you're all watching on the YouTube side of things, make sure you guys hit that like button and that share button. Help pushes the algorithm, helps bring more goalies together, because the more goalies that we have together in our little community, the better. Again, if you are a new viewer, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Same thing if you are a new listener to any type of, or to our little podcast. If you are listening on Apple, iHeart, or Spotify, or whatever it is that you get your podcast, make sure you hit that follow if you are a new listener. And same deal, if you are a returning listener, hit the like, hit the share button, hit the save button, whatever it is that you do with podcast apps. Again, more goalies are able to bring it together to better. You can guys follow us on our social media platforms at True North Goaltending, except on Instagram because we like to be different. That one is on Instagram at YEG goalie coach. Oh my gosh, I am tired. You guys can follow me on my Instagram as well at Monday GC. Like I said earlier in this pod, make sure you guys go check us out, truenorthgoaltending.com. We are in our 1 year anniversary of our facility session being open. So go check us out, truenorthgoaltending.com. Go see what types of deals and such that we have going on there. Lots of fun stuff happening. Again, an hour session, $90. Can't get any better than that. So go check us out. We have a lot of bookings already happening, but again, we want to bring more people through our facility. We want to again just make goaltending and goalie coaching accessible as best as we can. And so for something like this, definitely is worth it at the end of the day. So definitely highly recommend go checking us out there. I think that's it. So yeah, make some saves, goalies. Thank you guys for listening to the DIY Goalie Podcast presented by True North Goaltending. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.